And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and man, I do not have time to do this video tonight. I'm packing for EA Play. Tried to do a live stream twice earlier, and for some reason, I don't know if it's the storm that's going over my house, but my high-speed 4G LTE, I even bought a high-speed pop data package, completely and utterly crashed. I couldn't stream. I have no idea why, and my normal streaming that I do has been torn down. All of my studio is torn down because, again, I'm going to EA Play first thing in the morning, literally at 5 a.m. I'm getting up to go. So I wanted to go over the new update and everything that's on the update so you guys can understand it, get a strategy, a game plan, and know kind of how to move forward. So the very first thing I want to talk about is Thrawn. Thrawn is coming into the game, and we know this. Not only did they announce it, okay, cool, let's grab that. Not only did they announce it, but it actually says right here, prepare your Phoenix Squadron for an imminent battle with Grand Admiral Thrawn. So they're automatically announcing him. I know they announced him in the forums earlier, like about an hour ago. So what this means is you're going to get Admiral Thrawn. However, there's a catch. You have to use the Phoenix Squadron. Now, if you're like me, you probably have your Phoenix Squadron at 3 stars, and they're probably pretty low gear, 3, 4, 5, and 7, whatever. And so this is a bit of a problem. So we're going to talk about a strategy for Grand Admiral Thrawn. The first thing is they've made them all farmable, okay? And they're going to do double drops from now for the next few days. So the new locations is Chopper is going to be in the Cantina store. That's where you're going to want to get him. Hera is on Cantina 1F. Kanan is in the PvP store. Sabine is going to be the Dark Side Node or Guild store. Ezra is in Cantina 2B and Fleet store. And Ezra's the #1 most important character, but you can get him out of both the Fleet store and you'll be able to get him out of the Shard Shop. And if you've got any Shard Shop currency, that's great. If you don't have Shard Shop currency at all, then actually you'll want to prioritize Ezra over Hera, which sucks because Hera and Ezra are two really good players on here, but Ezra is definitely the best. Zeb is good, and he's in the Galactic War store. So you can farm all of these simultaneously. The only conflict is Hera and Ezra, but they did give Ezra the Shard Shop like all of them, and they gave him the Fleet store. So hopefully you'll be able to do Hera's Cantina node and get Ezra elsewhere. So that's where they're going to be located. And as far as the most important, you know, you really need 5 of them. Unfortunately, because Ezra and Hera have a conflict, it sucks because you need Hera as the leader. But Ezra is the #1 best character in here, so that's the conflict can't be resolved, so you're going to have to try and get them elsewhere. We're going to talk about the packs that they're selling because the packs are supposed to jumpstart you or boost you. In the Shard Shop, by the way, they did move, unfortunately, Darth Nihilus and the other Sith Trooper and Assassin out, but you can get Hera in here. You can get Kanan, of course, Chopper, Zeb, Sabine, and Ezra. And the only one I suggest getting out of here is Ezra. They're making Ezra kind of hard to get, and he conflicts, of course, with the leader, Hera, and you really need to get Hera as the leader to make that team synergistically work, and Hera's, you know, one of the best in this group. So, but Ezra, if you have any Shard Shop currency, get him. All right, so that's what's going on in the Shard Shop. They're in, Sith are out. There's going to be some flash events. If we go to events, they're going to drop some flash events. They have the Rise Up flash event, and really the flash event's going to come about 4 times per day, and it looks like that it's going to pop up at like 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6, and 9 o'clock at night, local time for you guys. And that means there's going to be rewards. You're going to be able to do them for a few days off and on. They're going to pop up like once every 3 days. And the first time you complete each level, you'll get some pretty awesome rewards. And then after that, the rewards will dwindle pretty quickly. So if you miss a few of these flash events, don't worry. It's all good. You're going to be just fine. It's not the end of the world. Just know that you do definitely want to complete at least like the 4 tiers of the flash events at some point, even if you miss a few, because the first time rewards are the best. So you definitely want to do these. They have the packs as well that they're selling in the store to try to get everybody up to speed. There's the faction pack. Now, this is 10 shards. That's all you're going to get. So just remember that. It tells you the characters and it says a maximum of 10 purchases per day. So you're going to spend 700 crystals for 10 character shards. That's 70 crystals per shard, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get 10. That's just what's going to happen on this drop. Don't think you're getting 330. It's not going to happen. So you're spending 70. They're all now free to play. So this pack, I give an not worth it. Do not buy, okay? Let's move on to the Ultimate Bundle. The Ultimate Bundle pack comes with every character at 55. This is if you didn't complete those previous events. It gets you the 3 stars and everything you need to get their abilities to level 3 and their gear to level 3. It's $100 just to get a bunch of 3 stars, and most of us have these guys at 3 star already. So in my opinion, if you're not a spender or you're even a dolphin, I would say, this is not worth it. But if you're that whale and you're just looking for a few extra shards and you need some Mark III ability mats, then, you know, go for it, whatever, drop your 99 bucks on this. But I do not see a value in here, especially because the gear, all of the gear they're providing is easy to farm. All of this is easy to farm, and the characters are all now free to play, and the ability mats for most people. So 2 million credits isn't that much either. So that's the packs. I really don't recommend the faction pack or the Ultimate Bundle. So what are your thoughts on these characters? Let's just really quick run through the stores so you can kind of see where everything is. In the Cantina, Chopper's now there. So Chopper's here. He is right next to Pow, and he's going to be probably the easiest to farm if you got a lot of Cantina credits like I do. I haven't spent much on anything, and so he's going to be pretty easy to do up. Of all 6, he's the one I would say don't farm if you're not going to farm one of them. If you're going to make a team of 5, it's going to be Zeb, Sabine, Kanan, Hera, and Ezra. Those are going to be the 5 that you want for sure. And then over here in your guild store, if you've got some guild store currency, you can use it on Sabine. She won't be in here 100% of the time. There's a rotation of characters that come and go. So this is going to make Sabine a little bit harder to get from time to time, which is also why they have her on Dark Side 1A. So if you go to Dark Side, hard node 1A, you can see she's right there. So if you don't see her drop in that store, you'll be able to come over here and farm her. They did put her on a extremely easy node, so I think they're encouraging, obviously, us farming her there. And then, of course, so that's Sabine. And then in the squad arena, they've now dropped Kanan. And I don't know about you guys, but I spend all my squad arena now on credits. But if I wasn't doing credits, I would have been doing one of these characters down here. And so for a lot of people, they're probably not going to have the squad arena. But from now until this event, I would spend all of your squad arena, 800 to 1200 of this a day, on Kanan. Get him, you know, 10 to 15 shards a day. You should be able to go pretty quick with him. And then Galactic War, of course, you get 800 to 1200 of these a day. And there's Zeb, so he should be pretty easy to get. So Kanan and Zeb are probably the easiest 2 in the game, with Zeb being the easiest, Sabine being kind of difficult, and Ezra being kind of difficult, and Hera being easy but having to compete with Ezra in the Cantina nodes. And of course, in here, they haven't dropped Ezra, but you should see in the Fleet store Ezra from time to time in this store. And then, of course, again, like I said, they drop all of them into the Shard Shop. And if you were going to buy any out of the Shard Shop, again, I would say Ezra Bridger or Sabine or Hera. Those are going to be the 3 hardest to get. As far as Cantina battles, there's 2 that compete in here in the Cantina battles. 1F is Hera. Of course, you're going to want her. Hera, she's going to be the leader of this team, so she's going to be a high priority to get here. And then, of course, Ezra is in 2B, so he's really easy to get too, but he is the best of all of them in the entire setup. So I would definitely, I've already maxed him out. He's the one guy that I actually took all the way. He's the only one that I did that with, but he was worth it. All of them now are free to play. I hope this has helped you. If you have any questions on this update, let's go through real quick. Oh, double drops. They're doing double drops on the 8th, 9th, and 10th according to this, which means that any of those nodes where they have it, such as Cantina 1F, 2B, Darkside 1A, all of those 3 nodes, they're going to be double drops. So you're going to get twice as many character shards. We've already gone over this. Power up your squad. We talked about those packs. Don't do it. Shard Shop, it's changed over. And then also, just an FYI, now in the Chromium packs, they're putting in Gar Saxon and the Imperial Super Commando. The last thing I'm going to say is this is 2 weeks early. They were going to wait 2 weeks to do this update, but they chose to go ahead and throw all of these guys into the free-to-play because they're all going to be Need for Thrawn, and of course the community is going to be upset. Now, they have not given you guys enough time, and that's upsetting, but it sounds like this is going to be some sort of an event, possibly like Yoda or one of them, where it may come back over and over. So if you don't get him completely unlocked or leveled up to 7 stars, I'm hoping we'll have another go in a few months. That will more than likely be the way it is for me. I hope that this video is going to help structure you. If you have any questions about this update, they did fix a couple of bugs too. Make sure you leave comments down below. As always, sorry about the live streams, but you got the info here. Keep your gaming on. Warrior out.